Against all odds. Wemimo, I'm sorry, if I could just backtrack. Wemimo, you can see me, hear me, and you can see the timer. Am I correct?
Yes.
Amazing. All right. I skipped that part. Wemimo Onikan. Against all odds. Against all odds, Wemimo Onikan.
Thank you, Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters. She sat in the crowd with other participants as she watched me deliver my presentation to a meeting room full of work colleagues. They had come from all across the country. During one of the sessions, participants were split up into groups and given topics to brainstorm about. And there she was, walking from one table to the next, as though inspecting what everyone was doing. The teams were expected to nominate one person to present their group's findings to the plenary session. My team nominated me for this task. So now let's welcome Group 3. I could hear the applauses in my head as I stepped forward with notes from our team's discussions and findings. It was a mixture of feelings for me. Public speaking had been a struggle. I was on a journey to get better at it. My tummy churned, my stomach muscles stiffened. My heart was racing fast. I was so nervous. Took a deep breath, and I started. Good morning, everyone. My voice trailed off as I continued with the rest of my presentation. I spotted this lady's eyes in the crowd again, staring at me, as though she was listening attentively to me. She was one of the managers in my organization, and many people respected her. Or will I say they feared her? I feel like she had been reading 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, and she was practicing some of the things she read in the book at work. And I must say some of those things weren't exactly nice. Anyways, as soon as she was done, and as soon as I was done, I heard people clapping and everyone was excited about my presentation. And the moderator announced a short break. So I walked into the group and talking to people, and here she was again. She looked at me in the eye and said, "You're a terrible facilitator." She said that and said a couple of things that I no longer remember, but I stood there stunned. I wasn't sure how to process what she just said to me. I was just a few years in my public speaking and engagement journey. I felt terrible. After taking in what she had just said, I just walked away quietly. I knew in my heart that I couldn't stay long in that organization. I left after a while. Now, fast forward to winter of 2022. I'm standing by my kitchen window, staring outside in the freezing snow. And then I see an elderly old woman, probably over 80, almost 90. Let's call her old lady. So I see old lady walking in the cold, snowy, really slippery road. I see her with a walking stick and a dog. She's walking down the road. Her dog is so excited to be out. And I see old lady struggling to keep the leash in place and keep the dog still as she walks down the road. Carefully, she goes, carefully, until I could no longer see her. I've been observing old lady for a while since I moved into that neighborhood. By this time, I would see her literally every day. Every single day, old lady would go out with her dog and her walking stick. She seemed like she lived alone and she was quite frail. I would expect that somebody her age would have someone taking care of her. You know, she's depending on people to do things for her, but not old lady. Every day she would go out against all odds. No matter the weather, old lady would dress appropriately for it. And she had a lovely sense of fashion too, I must say. Whether it's her bright colored raincoats in the rain or her lovely blouses in the summer, old lady never failed to impress. So one day I was walking the kids to the bus stop to get the school bus. And there I saw an old lady walking towards my direction. Man, I was excited. I was really curious to know more about this woman. So I walked up to her and I said, hello. I introduced myself. And then I shared how I was really inspired by her consistency every day. An old lady said to me, thank you. That's so kind of you. On many days, I don't feel like coming out of bed, but I get myself and I come out anyways. We exchanged pleasantries and we parted our ways. But old lady's words kept ringing in my head. These two scenarios were defining moments for me. Now, you may never have met a mean senior colleague like I did, or you may never have had the privilege of meeting an old, over 80-year-old woman who is defying everything against all odds. But you will agree with me that life comes with its challenges, ups and downs. Today, against all odds, I have grown as a speaker, facilitating sessions and on different platforms with people across the world. Today, I look back and I can say, against all odds, every single barrier became an opportunity for me to do better. And I would never have been able to get better if I had given up. Just like Arnold Schwarzenegger says, strength doesn't lie in winning. Your struggles develop your strength. And when you go through hardships and you decide not to surrender, that, my friends, is strength. Mr. Contestry.